Welcome to Supernova Stock Watch. The top 20 highest yielding dividend aristocrats with yields up to 5%. Income investors will often find that it is advantageous to invest in the dividend aristocrats. This list of stocks is renowned for providing a high-quality dividend and can typically be found on stocks to buy and hold for the long run, making them desirable for long-term investments. The Dividend Aristocrats are a group of stocks in the S&P 500 index, which have been continuously increasing their dividends for 25+ years. Investors looking for more passive income rank the Dividend Aristocrats by their dividend yields. We'll also see what $100,000 invested in each aristocrat provides in annual dividend payouts. In this video, we will rank the 20 highest yielding dividend aristocrats. High Yield Dividend Aristocrat number 20, Genuine Parts Company, GPC. Annual dividend of $3.58 per share equaling a yield of 2.87%. Genuine Parts Company was founded in 1928 and since that time, it has grown into a sprawling conglomerate that sells automotive and industrial parts, electrical materials, and general business products. Its global span reaches North America, Australia, New Zealand, and Europe and is comprised of more than 9,000 retail locations. Genuine Parts is also a dividend king, having raised its dividend for an incredible 66 consecutive years. A $100,000 investment provides $2,792 a year in dividend income. High Yield Dividend Aristocrat number 19, The Coca-Cola Company, KO. Annual dividend of $1.76 per share equaling a yield of 2.95%. Coca-Cola is the world's largest beverage company, as it owns or licenses more than 500 unique non-alcoholic brands. Since the company's founding in 1886, it has spread to more than 200 countries worldwide. The company also has an exceptional 59-year dividend increase streak, making it a dividend king. A $100,000 investment provides $2,958 a year in dividend income. High Yield Dividend Aristocrat number 18, T. Rowe Price Group, TROW. Annual dividend of $4.80 equaling a yield of 3.44%. T. Rowe Price Group is one of the largest publicly traded asset managers. The company provides a broad array of mutual funds, sub-advisory services, and separate account management for individual and institutional investors, retirement plans, and financial intermediaries. T. Rowe Price had assets under management of $1.69 trillion as of December 31, 2021. A $100,000 investment provides $3,302 a year in dividend income. High Yield Dividend Aristocrat number 17, Consolidated Edison, ED. Annual dividend of $3.16 per share equaling a yield of 3.5%. Consolidated Edison is a holding company that delivers electricity, natural gas, and steam to its customers in New York City and Westchester County. It has annual revenues of nearly $13 billion. A $100,000 investment provides $3,523 a year in dividend income. High Yield Dividend Aristocrat number 16, The Clorox Company, CLX. Annual dividend of $4.64 per share equaling a yield of 3.55%. The Clorox Company is a manufacturer and marketer of consumer and professional products, spanning a wide array of categories from charcoal to cleaning supplies to salad dressing. More than 80% of its revenue comes from products that are number 1 or number 2 in their categories across the globe, helping Clorox produce more than $7 billion in annual revenue. A $100,000 investment provides $3,526 a year in dividend income. High Yield Dividend Aristocrat number 15, Chevron Corporation, CVX. Annual dividend of $5.68 per share equaling a yield of 3.59%. Chevron is the third largest oil major in the world. In 2021, Chevron generated 84% of its earnings from its upstream segment. The company has increased its dividend for over 40 consecutive years. In the full year, Chevron posted a record free cash flow of $21.1 billion, $10.98 per share, and achieved a reserve replacement ratio of 112%. Management expects oil prices to fall back to mid-cycle levels at some point but raise the dividend by 6.0%. A $100,000 investment provides $3,601 a year in dividend income. High Yield Dividend Aristocrat number 14, People's United Financial, PBCT. Annual dividend of 73 cents equaling a yield of 3.54%. People's United Financial is a diversified financial services company that provides commercial and retail banking and wealth management services via its network of over 400 branches in the Northeast. It has total assets of $64 billion. A $100,000 investment provides $3,414 a year in dividend income. High Yield Dividend Aristocrat number 13, ABVI Incorporated, ABBV. Annual dividend of $5.64 per share equaling a yield of 3.62%. ABVI Incorporated is a pharmaceutical company spun off by Abbott Laboratories, ABT, in 2013. Its most important product is Humira, which is now facing biosimilar competition in Europe, which has had a noticeable impact on the company. Humira will lose patent protection in the US in 2023. A $100,000 investment provides $3,609 a year in dividend income. High Yield Dividend Aristocrat number 12, VF Corp., VFC. Annual dividend of $2 per share equaling a yield of 3.63%. VF Corporation is one of the world's largest apparel, footwear, and accessories companies. The company's brands include The North Face, Vans, Timberland, and Dickies. The company, which has been in existence since 1899, generated over $11 billion in sales in the last 12 months. A $100,000 investment provides $3,530 a year in dividend income. High Yield Dividend Aristocrat number 11, Cardinal Health, CAH. Annual dividend of $1.96 per share equaling a yield of 3.64%. Cardinal Health is one of the big three drug distribution companies along with McKesson, MKC, and AmerisourceBergen, ABC. Cardinal Health serves over 24,000 United States pharmacies and more than 85% of the country's hospitals. The company has operations in more than 30 countries with approximately 44,000 employees. A $100,000 investment provides $3,643 a year in dividend income. High Yield Dividend Aristocrat number 10, Federal Realty Investment Trust, FRT. Annual dividend of $4.28 per share equaling a yield of 3.67%. Federal Realty was founded in 1962. As a real estate investment trust, Federal Realty's business model is to own and rent out real estate properties. It uses a significant portion of its rental income, as well as external financing, to acquire new properties. This helps create a snowball effect of rising income over time. A $100,000 investment provides $3,633 a year in dividend income. High Yield Dividend Aristocrat number 9, Kimberly-Clark, KMB. Annual dividend of $4.64 per share equaling a yield of 3.83%. Kimberly-Clark is a global consumer products company that operates in 175 countries and sells disposable consumer goods, including paper towels, diapers, and tissues. Total revenue was $4.97 billion, which was up 2.7% from the year-ago period and was $70 million better than estimates. Organic sales growth came to 3%, with the balance coming from the net impact of acquisitions and divestitures. A $100,000 investment provides $3,818 a year in dividend income. High Yield Dividend Aristocrat number 8, Walgreens Boots Alliance, WBA. Annual dividend of $1.91 per share equaling a yield of 3.97%. Walgreens Boots Alliance is the largest retail pharmacy in both the United States and Europe. Through its flagship Walgreens Business and other business ventures, the company employs more than 325,000 people and has more than 13,000 stores. A $100,000 investment provides $4,030 a year in dividend income. High Yield Dividend Aristocrat number 7, 3M Company, MMM. Annual dividend of $5.96 per share equaling a yield of 4.13%. 3M sells more than 60,000 products that are used every day in homes, hospitals, office buildings, and schools around the world. It has about 95,000 employees and serves customers in more than 200 countries. A $100,000 investment provides $4,094 a year in dividend income. High Yield Dividend Aristocrat number 6, Franklin Resources, BEN. Annual dividend of $1.16 per share equaling a yield of 4.3%. Franklin Resources is a global asset manager with a long and successful history. The company offers investment management, which makes up the bulk of fees the company collects, and related services to its customers, including sales, distribution, and shareholder servicing. On December 14, 2021, Franklin Resources announced a 29-cent quarterly dividend, marking a 3.6% year-over-year increase and the company's 42nd consecutive year of increasing its payment. A $100,000 investment provides $4,162 a year in dividend income. High Yield Dividend Aristocrat number 5, Amcor, AMCR. Annual dividend of 48 cents per share equaling a yield of 4.27%. Amcor is one of the world's most prominent designers and manufacturers of packaging for food, pharmaceutical, medical, and other consumer products. The company is headquartered in the UK. A $100,000 investment provides $4,188 a year in dividend income. High yield Dividend Aristocrat number 4. Realty income. Annual dividend of $2.96 per share equaling a yield of 4.54%. Realty income is a retail-focused REIT that owns more than 6,500 properties. It owns retail properties that are not part of a wider retail development, such as a mall, but instead are standalone properties. This means that the properties are viable for many different tenants, including government services, healthcare services, and entertainment. A $100,000 investment provides $4,511 a year in dividend income. High yield Dividend Aristocrat number 3, Exxon Mobil Corporation, XOM. Annual dividend of $3.52 per share equaling a yield of 4.56%. Exxon Mobil is a diversified energy giant with a market capitalization above $300 billion. In 2021, the upstream segment generated 62% of the total earnings of Exxon, while the downstream and chemical segments generated 8% and 30% of the total earnings, respectively. A $100,000 investment provides $4,572 a year in dividend income. High yield Dividend Aristocrat number 2, Leggett & Platt, LEG. Annual dividend of $1.68 per share equaling a yield of 4.63%. Leggett & Platt is an engineered products manufacturer. The company's products include furniture, bedding components, store fixtures, die castings, and industrial products. Leggett & Platt has 14 business units and more than 20,000 employees. The company qualifies for the Dividend Aristocrats Index as it has 50 years of consecutive dividend increases. A $100,000 investment provides $4,552 a year in dividend income. High yield Dividend Aristocrat number 1, International Business Machines, IBM. Annual dividend of $6.56 per share equaling a yield of 5.2%. IBM is the highest yielding dividend aristocrat. With a dividend yield above 5%, IBM is a high dividend stock. IBM is a global information technology company that provides integrated enterprise solutions for software, hardware, and services. IBM's focus is running mission-critical systems for large, multinational customers and governments. IBM typically provides end-to-end solutions. A $100,000 investment provides $5,162 a year in dividend income. Dividend yields have declined in recent years, making it increasingly difficult for investors to find the high dividend yield stocks. Research has shown that the average S&P 500 index dividend yield is now only 1.4%. Investors are looking for higher yields and many find them, but you should watch out for stocks yielding more than 10% since they have weaker business fundamentals. I enjoy sharing my insight with you and helping both of us become better traders and investors and find some level of success. You have made it to the end of my video. Thank you for watching. Please check out my other videos and also check out the description for great deals and sign-up bonuses.